me again.
Oh, look how pretty that is.
Fun stuff.
Look, it's part. Oh, that is beautiful, Chef. Bon appetit. Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. You know, I want to start by welcoming again all of our new markets. We're in upstate South Carolina now, we're in the Pensacola, Mobile area, and in Tampa, Florida. So welcome again to all of you, and thanks so much for some of the shout outs that we've been getting. We really appreciate it. So today I've got a very special guest. Libbie Summers from Savannah is joining me, and you know, she has a food-inspired life, and you're going to hear all about it. We're going to do two recipes together. We're going to start with her Hog Wild sprinkle cake cookies, delicious. And then she's going to show us how to roll an entire cake in sprinkles. And in Vera's Corner today, we're going to do two recipes using these sprinkles. And then finally, we've got a fantastic giveaway today. So we've got a lot to do. We're having a party. So let's get started by meeting Libbie. Well, it's that happy time and we're smiling over here today. Libbie Summers. Libbie, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to have you. And you know, you're right down the road in Savannah, Georgia, but you have got so much going on. I don't even know where to start, but why don't we start with, how did you get into culinary in the first place?
Well, it all started, I used to cook on boats. I used to be a yacht chef. So that kind of came party time for me. If you've been on a boat or ever been a guest on a boat, you know that every meal is an event and every meal is a party. So when you do that for a living, that 3 meals a day becomes a party, it just kind of turned into this world that I live in now.
Oh man, and you know, that is so interesting from the culinary aspect of it. And then you add that into how you've kind of created this whole love of parties and entertaining and having fun. So you've got this catchphrase, food-inspired life. You know, tell us a little bit about that.
It's honestly, I always looked at food differently, and it finally hit me one day that it kind of inspires all aspects of my life.
No kidding, and everybody's.
I know, I can go to the grocery store and see a strawberry, but I don't really see the strawberry. I might see the design on the side of the strawberry, which leads to like this event in my head, or an outfit, or it's kind of crazy, but it makes me happy, and it leads to a lot of delicious things.
Well, and you know, all these things she is saying, and you've got to go to her website and look at her and follow her on Instagram, because every day almost on your stories, it makes me want to be your friend. You know, what projects right now are you working on that are fun and interesting?
Well, there's always fun stuff. Right now, we're kind of super focused on sprinkles and all the custom sprinkles that I'm doing. I'm really honored that I was able to do a sprinkle for Country Living for their 40th anniversary recently.
Oh my gosh, that is so
I know.
amazing.
We called it Barn Party, and it has little pigs in it. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. And also for Food 52, we're doing a great sprinkle for small shops like Emily McCarthy. You know Emily, she's been a guest on your show.
Absolutely.
Really cute. So I love all this like custom sprinkles.
And she's so colorful too, and so it's easy for you when it's something like that. Why sprinkles, Libbie? I mean,
you know when things just take you back to one moment in your youth? And I remember my cousin Bobby having a birthday, and my aunt had made this wonderful cake that had these things all on it that were just so colorful, and I didn't know what they were. And I knew that my mother didn't put those on my cake, but Bobby had them on his cake. So it was sprinkles and everything. The whole party was sprinkles, and it was just this great memory, and it just has always been there. And I've always been very, very attracted to a sprinkle.
Well, and you mentioned your childhood, so you've got this rendering of a bicycle that's part of your brand. So tell us about that.
Well, it's a bike I used to ride as a child, and it would just kind of take me on adventures. I think we maybe all had these modes of transportation that would get us out of the house and take us somewhere fresh and
You weren't getting in trouble.
None whatsoever, Vera. None. But this bike was just the bike that I rode as a kid, and I still ride it today, and it rides through all my Instagram stories and my videos that we make.
And you know, it takes me back as well. Well, she's written books, she's got all these things going on with her life and her stories. So there's so much more to learn, but we are going to wrap it up, go to break, and when we come back, we're going to get started on a Hog Wild sprinkle cake cookie that is amazing.
It's a mouthful, too.
It is. So come back with us in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're just joining us, we are with Libbie Summers from Savannah, Georgia. She has a food-inspired life. We're having fun already, Libbie.
Yes.
And we are going to go hog wild with these hog wild sprinkles cake cookies.
I like a cake cookie. I like a cake cookie better than a crispy cookie. So I wanted to kind of make a birthday cake within a cookie.
I love it. Well, let's get started.
Little bite. I'm going to have you, I've got 1 1/3 cups butter in there, and I'm going to have you add 1.5 cups of vanilla sugar to that.
All righty.
And over here, I'm just going to work on our dry ingredients.
Great.
I've got 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and I like to sift. Do you sift your flour and all your ingredients?
You know, unless it's cake flour, I usually don't sift that, but.
Yeah, I think it just mixes it all together, so I put it through a sieve when I'm putting it together. This is just a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I use a little Himalayan salt because it's pretty.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like salt to me.
It's pink salt. You don't have to. I just like the way it looks.
Shocker.
And 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
It's a really simple recipe. Once your butter and your sugar, vanilla sugar starts creaming, you're just going to add in 2 eggs.
Oh, and look at these eggs.
Aren't those pretty?
I just went to a chicken coop a couple of weeks ago.
I heard you got
that
bit.
Chicken got very aggressive with me. These are great.
Look at that, how fine that is and how well mixed. It's so simple.
All right, and you know, I actually learned this when I took home ec at Georgia, that you always crack into one bowl first, and especially if they're farm eggs like this, you never know.
Look how beautiful and
yellow
yellow
it is.
that is.
Perfect. All righty.
So we're going to get that all mixed up, and then we're going to add a little vanilla paste. I like to use vanilla paste.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
It's an equal, like you can use a vanilla extract or vanilla paste. I just like the fragrance of it, and I like those little flecks of seeds.
Yes, that's what
It's just
that
a really
is.
pretty, you know that you have vanilla in it. And this you can get anywhere in any grocery store
And
now.
so would that have been about a teaspoon,
It's
probably?
a teaspoon, yes. See the
Gosh.
little fleck? Like we already have
Yes,
that.
and that smell is amazing. All right, so
And
we're going
then-
to start adding?
Yeah, we're just going
So
to
I'm going to turn
add
this down just a little bit.
some
And
of our
I do
dry.
that too. I always use a measuring cup to.
Well, you can get it down the side of this. I mean, look
Gosh.
how easy this dough is coming together.
Okay, now is this one of those things where you have to do the dough immediately, or can you refrigerate it?
You could refrigerate it. I like to go right straight to baking. I just can't wait that long. I don't
I
know.
was going to say, if y'all think I have energy, you have not watched this woman.
I want that sugar in my body as fast as I can get it.
You'll see what I'm talking about at the end of the show today. It is crazy.
I mean, look how pretty
I
that dough's
know
coming
it.
together. And you know we use the vanilla sugar instead. You could totally use just your regular white sugar, but I like to use the vanilla sugar just because, like in savory cooking, it adds another layer of flavor.
Okay, so you would talk about your childhood, and see, that reminds me, my mom had a jar with the vanilla bean in it, and you are making me go back because I have not thought about doing that.
It's so easy. Like, vanilla beans are so expensive. I like to keep using them.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Now
add
we're going
the
to dump
very
in.
end.
That's right. And I'm going to grab that spatula and
Get
kind
the
of go
sides
down
of
the
that.
sides.
And Vera, here's what makes it sprinkle and hog wild sprinkles. So these are my hog wild, Yum Yum Smile Shop hog wild sprinkles. They have little, see the pigs in
Oh
them?
my gosh!
They're just
And
really
the little
pretty.
gold balls.
Yeah, they're so cute.
I love it.
So we need 1/3 cup. This is a little bit more than 1/3 cup,
Okay.
but I say we just go in.
Oh yeah,
All
all
in, right?
in. All right. Well, we are going to keep mixing this up, and then we're going to scoop it out
That's
with
it.
the scooper. And stay tuned for Vera's Corner because we're going to show you some fun things that you can do with Yum Yum Smile Shop sprinkles. You know, sprinkles are a really fun ingredient to have in the kitchen, but their use goes way beyond just toppings on ice cream. Today I'm going to show you 2 recipes to use with your favorite sprinkles. Let's start with edible birthday cake cookie dough. Spread your flour on a parchment-lined baking sheet and bake at 350 until slightly darkened. This will make the flour safe to eat raw. Let cool completely. Next, beat your butter, sugar, vanilla, and salt on low speed until combined. Increase the speed to medium-high and beat until pale and fluffy, about 3 minutes. Reduce the speed to low, add the toasted flour, and beat until combined, about 30 seconds. Add the milk, increase the speed to medium, and beat until creamy, another 30 seconds. Stir in the white chocolate chips and your Yum Yum Smile Shop sprinkles. Refrigerate at least an hour before enjoying. To turn this edible cookie dough into a bite-sized treat, roll the cookie dough into 1-inch balls and sandwich between 2 square pretzels. Dip half the pretzel bite into melted white chocolate and top with your Yum Yum Smile Shop sprinkles. Turn any day into a celebration with these treats. Welcome back, everybody. And didn't you love those little treats that we did in Vera's Corner today? I'm just loving it.
Oh my gosh, those sprinkle bites, the cookie dough bites.
They were so amazing. Okay, so we got the cookies out of the oven. They've cooled off. And when she said a cake cookie, she wasn't joking.
That's how they rise.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we use the baking powder and not baking soda. So
yeah, you just use that scooper to get the dough out, and you set a dozen to a pan, and I love to use these kind of pans. So tell me what you're doing over here. We're getting ready to learn something.
Okay, Vera, I cannot tell you the amount of people who have messaged me on Instagram saying, how do you cover an entire cake of sprinkles? So,
yeah, I'm probably one of them.
No, you know how to do this. So I want to tell you the trick to it today, and there really is a trick to make it easy, so it's not a mess. First thing I'm doing is I've started with a crumb-coated cake that needs to be refrigerated because you need that cake firm.
Okay.
And I'm adding just a really thin layer of frosting.
She did a great job on the crumb coat.
Thank you, Vera. I'm adding a thin layer here, and this is what our sprinkles are actually going to adhere to. Because if the cake was cold and the frosting is set, they're not going to stick to it. So I need a real thin layer of something.
So can I start icing cookies while you're doing that? I cannot wait. Okay, so this lavender, you know, that's one of my favorite colors.
Oh, I didn't
so
know
that is amazing. And so I want this to look just like yours. So I'm going to start in the center and then kind of go around.
That's what makes it more of a birthday cake cookie, because you're actually frosting it.
And it had the Hog Wild sprinkles in the dough. And we're also going to put them on the top. And I mean, there are little pigs in there and little gold balls. I mean, it's just adorable.
So Vera, here's the big secret to covering a cake with sprinkles. I have a cardboard cake round on the bottom of my cake.
Okay.
And I'm going to put another one on the top of my cake. So that allows me to hold it when I'm rolling it.
We need like a drum roll right now. I mean, I'm getting nervous.
a whole lot of pressure. But
oh my goodness.
See, I can just hold my cake and roll it in my sprinkles. I mean, look how cute that is, and how super simple.
Do you know how many people are going to have their birthday cake rolled in sprinkles after they've watched this show?
Like, how great is that? I'm going to take my top off, and that typically happens.
And we can eat the top.
Oh my gosh. Then you just add another light layer of frosting to the top. You got some more cookies to do, girl.
I'm just having too much fun.
We got a party.
It's all about that. I know. I'm not paying attention.
Look how cute that is.
Okay, so then you're going to do the top.
The top I just do by hand. So we've taken that cardboard piece off the top, and look at this. This is the simple that we do by hand.
Oh wow. Okay, now that is the spring break sprinkle.
Aren't they pretty? This is my spring break. It does look like spring, doesn't it? It's
yes.
Like very April in color.
And I mean, honestly, it's like you said, there was that moment in your childhood when Bobby had sprinkles on his cake. And
Bobby's going to love that we're talking about him.
I mean, Bobby, we need a picture of Bobby. You know, and we just...
Look at how pretty that is, Vera.
That is great.
You've just covered, how long did that take? That was like no time.
Like no time whatsoever, and people will be so amazed that you did it. Okay, Libby, come help me with sprinkles. I'm getting behind. All right, So we have got, I mean, is this just says birthday party up one side and down the other. I mean, my granddaughter Lucy's birthday party this summer was Unicorn Princess Fairy.
Oh my gosh.
She couldn't make up her mind. I wish I'd known how to do this. Okay, so we're going to get the rest of this party set up. And when I tell you this woman is full of energy, you better go get something to drink because you're going to flip out when you see the presentation. So come back with us in just a few minutes. Now, when I tell you, you have no idea how fast Libbie Summers can move, wait until you see this.
Vera, thanks for letting us take over your kitchen, and yours was an easy kitchen to work with because you had these great glass front doors, and we just wanted to create a little bit of a party atmosphere that anybody could do at home. Taking everything out of your glass front doors and filling them with balloons was like number one, super simple, super inexpensive. We added colorful things on the countertops, brought in all our colorful cake stands and filled them with sprinkles and just the things that bring joy to everyone. You could use colorful fruit, you could use colorful vegetables. We just added in a ton of color to your kitchen.
Well, and David is your assistant,
yes.
And he was moving just as fast.
I couldn't do it without him.
You know, just tying the balloons was just phenomenal to watch. In fact, even in regular motion, that was going fast. Okay, so we had a lot of fun today doing things to eat. So we started with the Hog Wild Sprinkles cake cookies. So walk us back through that process.
It's such a simple recipe. We started with you creaming the butter, and we added that delicious vanilla sugar to it. Then our dry ingredients went in, a couple of eggs, and most importantly, the sprinkles into the batter.
Yes.
And that powdered sugar, or the powdered baking powder instead of baking soda, really made the cookies rise and more cakey. We finished them off with some frosting and a little extra sprinkle on top.
Gosh, they are gorgeous. And then my favorite part, you said, if one more person asked me how to roll a whole cake in sprinkles. So you've answered that question today. Walk us through that process again.
It's really so simple. We started with a crumb-coated cake that was cold. Then we added another thin layer of frosting on it, put a cardboard cake round on top, on bottom, and then just rolled the cake.
Just like
through.
a tire.
Yeah, just rolled it like we're rolling down the road. So simple, right? We did that in 20 seconds, honestly.
I mean, crazy. Those are going to be at everybody's birthday party. Watch out, Instagram. It's coming. Okay, then in Vera's Corner today, we took your Yum Yum Smile Shop sprinkles and put those into edible cookie dough. We did another little treat with the dough in the center and 2 pretzels, dipped it in chocolate and had that. So that's just a really yummy treat.
So good.
So good. Well, we have a huge announcement.
Yes!
I'm so excited that this is the platform where this announcement is being made. So tell us what's going on, Libbie.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for letting me announce it on VeryVera. We're so excited. I am announcing a new store opening. It's called the Yum Yum Smile Shop.
Yay!
And in the Yum Yum Smile Shop, you can get all these wonderful sprinkles, but not just sprinkles. We have tons of food-inspired fun items. There's patches and bandanas and t-shirts and hats and stickers and anything you could oh, my favorite are the cake topper kits. So we've used a few of them here on our cupcakes. They're a bag of ballerinas. I have my magical gnome forest. It's all the things I love, and balloon dog animals.
It is magical, and you've got all different holidays represented in the sprinkles as well.
Yes.
I see Halloween, and you've got something new coming out for the holidays.
Yes, we did one called Toyland, and to me it was like an elf leaving a trail through the snow back to the workshop. It's insanity.
I mean, it is, and so if somebody is trying to put a birthday party together for a child, for a grown-up, for a particular theme, there's going to be an idea in your kit.
Yes.
And so all of this is going to be on YumYumSmileShop.com. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Well, this again is just part of having fun easy.
Yes.
I mean,
it's all attainable.
Right. I mean, just having a sticker sheet for children to do at a birthday party is just, you've put all the ideas together in this packaging. I absolutely love the idea. Okay, so we've got a great giveaway. Tell us about the giveaway.
Well, I wanted someone to have a little bit of food-inspired fun at home and a little bit of yum yum at home. So they're getting all 3 of my books every one of my sprinkles, so a small jar of Yum Yum sprinkles, and we're even going to include this special VeryVera one that we did for you.
Yes, I love it.
And some sticker sheets. Basically, it's a box of smiles.
And it is, and I'm smiling from head to toe about this show today. Thank you so much
Thank you for
being
me.
part of it. And you know, we say on the VeryVera show, no matter what you do it in good taste. Obviously, your good taste for having fun and making people smile has brought you where you are today. I want to thank you again for joining us. And I want all of you to come back and join us again next week. And I also want you to enter this giveaway. So go to our Facebook and Instagram pages and see how to do that and come back with us next week. Thanks, Libbie.
I had the best time. Thank you.
To see what's cooking with the VeryVera Show, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.